Eyewitness News, the Northwest's most complete, comprehensive, and up-to-the-minute coverage. With meteorologist Gene Rubin, sportscaster Rob Lear, and newscaster Don Ellen.
In a row, the Twin Cities area was hit by severe weather. First, it was the terrible, terrible cold, and now the terrible, terrible snow. It came yesterday in the form of a day-long blizzard, dumped a record 19.5 inches of snow on the Twin Cities here, closing schools, businesses, and highways as well. But by this morning, as Tony Vigneri tells us, things were beginning to get back to normal.
The snow stopped, the wind died down, and the sun came out. It was Saturday morning. The blizzard was over, and now the dig-out begins. Snow is what Minnesota is known for, but so much in such a short time has caught most of us by surprise. Enough is enough.
I'm about ready for spring. It's a little bit hard to talk about on so long, but I'm about ready for spring, I'd say, after this.
The streets turned into sidewalks, and the sidewalks, if you could find them, turned into cross-country trails. The huge mounds of snow turned into snow tunnels for kids. The big job for those who could open their front doors amid the big drifts was to shovel the walk. How do you like spending your Saturday like this?
Oh, this is great. Could think of a lot of better things to do than this.
Meanwhile, snowplows throughout the Twin Cities continued to plow around the clock. Most major thoroughfares are clear, just a little slippery, but many side streets are almost impassable. Twin Cities International Airport kept planes coming in and going out, and MTC buses remained on the streets. So this will go down in the record books as the Great Blizzard of 1982, a week in which we broke an awful lot of records. But this may only be the beginning. Remember, after all, it's only January 23rd, and we still have the unpredictable months of February, March, and April to deal with. Tony Vigneri, Channel 5, Eyewitness News, the Twin Cities.
I could have gone forever without being reminded that we're still in January and all this weather. Anyway, the drifting snow continues to make driving just plain dangerous on a lot of roads here in Minnesota. Highway 52 south of the Twin Cities is closed this afternoon because of blowing and drifting snow. And meteorologist Gene Rubin is with us right now to tell us about the snow that came in and how much longer these conditions are going to last.
Well, the snow stopped, early this morning, like Tony reported, and the winds are going to be the real problem. The winds should diminish by early morning tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a real fine day to further dig out, I guess. But there was still snow on radar at about 10:30 last night, still engulfing the 7-county metro area. And as the nighttime hours wore on, that snow dissipated by about 2 o'clock. The snow had ended over much of the metro area. Just a little bit of light snow through the rest of the early morning hours. And a live picture now within 125 miles of the Twin Cities. You do not see any snow falling whatsoever, and that's good news. But the winds are the real problem. Winds around the 5-state region right now are pretty strong. Look at those sustained winds as high as 32 miles an hour down in Iowa there over much of Minnesota from 17 to 25 miles an hour. Those winds are going to continue to whip the snow around, causing driving problems, and therefore there's a traveler's advisory out for the upper Midwest, including eastern Dakotas, northern Iowa, all of Wisconsin, all of Minnesota, and upper Michigan, and that's due to the drifting and blowing problems. If you're going to do any driving tonight, Don, be very cautious, because some of the outlying areas are going to be in real problems as far as drifting roads shut, and like you mentioned, Highway 52 there.
Right. Okay, fine, Gene. We'll get the complete story from you a little bit later. Sure will. Thanks very much. Well, of course, the first thing out this morning, the streets were pretty empty, except for the ever-present snowplow. They were out clearing the snow for the rest of us, and they will continue for the rest of this weekend and on into Monday. In St. Paul, city crews were still plowing emergency routes
in Minneapolis this morning. Since yesterday, dozens of departures have been canceled, and as of late today, no buses will be running until further notice. This Texas woman got stranded here yesterday while returning home from visiting relatives in North Dakota.
I'm going up to Dallas.
To Dallas?
Uh-huh.
And how long have you been stuck here?
The same time she is.
Over 24 hours.
It seems like that, and I don't know when we're leaving yet.
Terminal manager Jeff Wankina, who himself had been on the job since Friday morning, said it's the worst weather situation he's seen since 1975.
It's just, it's heartbreaking in many cases. There's, these people all have a reason for travel and a reason to want to get to their destinations, and it's just extremely frustrating for us and for them when it's an act of nature, something that nobody has control over, and we just, making sure that those that don't have money or funds are fed and taken care of and secure. add additional security service because we kept the depot open 24 hours and try and make accommodation arrangements for those people who physically could not wait out the evening in the depot.
One of the few buses to leave today was this one for Duluth. North of the Twin Cities, the roads are not quite as bad. But for many other travelers, it's going to be another long wait till tomorrow morning, and there's no guarantee the roads south of the Twin Cities will be cleared by then. Dave Andrews, Channel 5 Eyewitness News, Minneapolis.
And one final weather-related note, firefighters would be most grateful if you'd go out and clear the snow from around the fire hydrant near the house where you live, just in case something should happen. The firefighters should have to get to that hydrant. Please, just go out and just clear the snow away from the fire hydrant. Still to come here on Eyewitness News, we're going to have the latest on the kidnapping of a 16-year-old girl in Millbank, South